Hardest S.A.T. math questions of all time, part 7. So this one isn't really what I would call a hard question. However, it looks really complicated because it talks about like physics and stuff. But what you have to keep in mind is that they won't test you on things that aren't already in the practice questions. It's just that the question looks complicated, but really it's super easy. So just don't panic when you see a question like this. Just like think, how do I solve it? And it's gonna be a walk in the park. So this question, I'm gonna explain how to solve it. If you wanna do it on your own and skip to the end to see if you got the right answer, feel free. So the question is, the dynamic pressure Q generated by a fluid moving with velocity V can be found using the formula above, where N is the constant density of the fluid. So first off, like this question, it's a little complicated, right? It's confusing. You don't know what NVQ really is. If we continue reading the question, it says, an aeronautical engineer uses the formula to find the dynamic pressure of a fluid moving with velocity v, and the same fluid moving with velocity 1.5 v. What is the ratio of the pressure to the faster fluid to the slower fluid? So they just ask us the ratio of one that has velocity of v and one that has velocity of 1.5 v. So what we're going to do is the 1.5 v divided by the one with v velocity. So the fast fluid is 1/2 times n times 1.5 v squared. 1.5 v is squared, obviously. And the slower one is 1/2 times n times v squared. But there's not 1.5 in this one. So if we simplify the 1.5 v for the faster one, it's 2.25 v squared. And for the other one, it's just v squared. So I think you see where this is going. We have 1/2 times n times 2.25 v squared divided by 1/2 times n times v squared. And we can simplify the 1/2, the n, and the v squared. And we now have 2.25 divided by 1, so 2.25. And that's the ratio. The ratio is 2.25. The thing to keep in mind in these S.A.T. questions is really like, don't panic because a question looks hard. Because I know this one looks really hard with all this physics stuff, but just do the equation, don't panic, and it'll work out.